right?
Like what would happen?
Okay, you can't
Don't do that. Come on. Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy! You better not!
Okay. Yo, bring the sign back.
We're gonna do like a little end live pre-game or post-game situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We got 500 right here watching.
Look. Whoa. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hey, you're pretty close. Wow.
Well, I think the Fearless tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
Arrest.
They just tried to hit the car. My gosh.
I think Horace is still out there trying to make sure the car is safe.
Thank you, guys.
So we got to talk about Tennessee State University. They're in the spotlight after a couple guys showed up on campus, set up a table looking for conversation, had their signs, DEI, illegal immigration. Let's have the conversation. And you think, at least in its best practices and what you would hope to see in theory, because this clearly didn't happen here, the ability to have civil discussions, whether you agree or disagree, an exchange of ideas, probably the best place to be able to have that conversation would be a college campus. I mean, when you really think about it, high school, maybe you're not really of age yet. There's still so much you need to learn when it comes to experience in life and perhaps maybe not mature enough yet. You get out into the workforce, you're paid to do a job, there's policies in place, you're there to actually do a job. Business becomes the priority. But a college campus, a place where you come to receive a formal education through books and tests, but also an education and understanding people from other walks of life. Whether you agree or disagree with them, that's up for each and every individual to decide on their own. But it's in these places where you're allowed to at least be exposed to these different ideas, to these different people from different areas, and realize that maybe the bubble you grew up in isn't the only thing that exists. And what you take away from that is up for each and every single individual to decide. But nonetheless, on a college campus, it should be the place where you're able to exchange those ideas without worry of being attacked because you're different and you don't think the same as someone else does. And so let's get into this Tennessee State video where clearly that's not what they think.
So what part of our systems is for people of color?
All of it. The entire system is for everybody. Anybody who's an American citizen.
So you feel like there's nothing. So you feel like everybody is equal.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's equal in their rights, but not everybody's obviously equal in their, what they have. Like, I grew up in a double wide trailer. He grew up in Boca Raton, so we didn't grow up equal. We're both white. I mean, he's a Jew, so that's probably why he grew up in Boca Raton. But so we're not equal in what we possess as we start always, but we are equal in what we're allowed to do, our opportunity.
Can I ask you, do you think that there's any law that allows me to do something that you can't do, for example?
I don't think there's any laws that say that you can do something that I can't. But then again, this system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong with the system that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized?
I mean, I would argue the opposite. Like, again, we have civil rights acts on top of civil rights acts, in addition to the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. 14th Amendment being written for the sole purpose of expanding and equalizing the rights of white people and black people. And furthermore, the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause echoes exactly what like the Civil Rights Act says, right? You cannot be discriminated based on your inalienable characteristics like your race, your sex, your sexuality, etc.
But even though we have these laws, that doesn't stop it from happening. We still know that.
You're right, racism does happen still, even though there are laws that ban it. And I think that those laws are oftentimes used to enforce a culture of anti-racism in the United States. We actually cancel people for being racist all the time. But we have in the system, as far as the system goes, you can't stop people from being racist on an individual level, unfortunately. It happens in every country, on every continent, all around the world, and it has since the beginning of time. But what you can do is make it illegal to institutionalize it by saying, you can't allow you have to allow everybody to eat at your restaurant. You can't not admit people based on their color. You can't prioritize people based on their color, etc. And I would say that I would say getting rid of DEI works towards that objective.
So, y'all had say "Make America Great Again." How do y'all feel that America is not great, and how do y'all feel that America can be great again? And when was it great?
Yeah, I would say that the most recent example of America being great was the first term of Donald Trump. And then we had 4 years of Joe Biden in chaos, and then Trump is president again. So this is his campaign hat for his, lead up to his second term.
All right, and so far what we got going on right here is what you would hope to see on any standard college campus. Young adults being able to share and exchange ideas, even if they don't agree or they're the ideas that they believe are the correct ones, they're still able to converse, have the conversation, and be respectful towards each other in that process. And right here, you had 3 young men who are doing that and doing it well. And really, this is how things could have just went. Clearly, it was possible. We just saw it. 3 people. A young man did not share the same beliefs as these 2 men at the table, but yet they were able to have the talk and just be respectful. If this would have been how things went for its entirety, this story would not have made the news cycle. It would just be some YouTube video that gets posted by some guys making some content. But that's not what happened. Once the crowd got larger, this is what ended up happening next.
Come on, really? Seriously? Yo.
Oh, you better not, Blake! You better not!
Okay.
You better not!
Guys, we're literally just here to have civil discussions. No, bring this sign back.
So I'm gonna stop it right there just for now, and I let it play that long because I wanted some groundwork to be laid, that little frame to be laid. But welcome back to Breakdown Friday. Joseph Ward, Patrick Irvin, Professor Carl Tone Jones. I ain't even gonna lie, I got smoke for Charles Fort, the black dude in the video. I got smoke for you because you wildin'. I'm calling you out. Joseph Ward calling you out. You wildin', bro. Just go ahead and put your white gloves on and just be honest up front and say, I want white people to like me. I'm a bag on black students in support of white boys who didn't do anything right. They didn't do anything right. But I'm a bag on the black folk. I'm going to ignore everything the white boys did wrong. And I'm a bag on the black students because I want white people to like me. Charles, go ahead and put on the black face with the white lips in the white gloves and the top hat, and you in the WB fro, go ahead and dance it out. Because that's what's happening. Like, bro, you wildin'. If ain't nobody told you, Joseph Ward telling you, you wildin'. And the way that you are talking about these children, and then when we let this video keep playing, some of the things you say, you talk like you don't even know you black. Like you forgot your skin was black. But I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to everybody else because Anton Daniels did the same thing. There was other creators. I saw y'all. I said something about it. I mentioned it in the video like 2 weeks ago in the video, but we call the names out now because I saw this video and I thought this was totally trash what you did. I thought your total coverage of this was total trash. You didn't even try to put one piece of intellectual thought together properly to even totally analyze this like you were supposed to, like an intelligent human being. You want to talk about intelligence. You want to try to talk down on the intelligence of these students, but show your intelligence and accurately critique this video the way it's supposed to be and using all of the pieces of evidence, not just what you want to twist and manipulate to make yourself look good so white people can like you. That's how we starting this off. What's going on? Because you tripping, bro. And when you tripping as a man, because you know what? In the past, we've gave you props on videos you've done in the past because we watch your channel. We shared your videos. We've gave you props on things you've done in the past, and you tripping now. So we're gonna be consistent. Yes, Charles Fort, Joseph Ward. You don't have to say nothing else to nobody else on the channel. You can look directly at me, Charles Fort, because you tripping. All right. So if you don't know, what's the name of these boys? Fearless Debates showed up to Tennessee State University like a week or so, like 2 weeks after the incident with Charlie Kirk. And from my understanding, Tennessee State was one of the 4 HBCUs that were put on lockdown that got a violence or a bomb threat or gun threat the day Charlie Kirk was taken up. I know FAMU was one. And so with that being said, this group, Fearless Debates, showed up to Tennessee State unannounced. Unannounced. You cannot do that at these state universities. If I want to go to FAMU and I want to do anything, display anything, well, you got to get campus permission first. They have to give you permission. These boys did not have permission to go do what they did. And they already knew what type of thing that they were going to incite. They knew what they were doing. Charles, you know what they were doing. Stop with the fugazi stuff. Stop being lame. White folk are only going to see you as a pet. You want to be a pet for white people that bad? You want views that bad that you're going to look down on your people like that? Oh, excuse me, we not your people. I see we not your people because you want the white views. We see you with your white gloves on. Hide it, sir. Pat, man, what you think about what you think about so far what we've seen in this video, but also Charles's commentary on the students?
Yeah, so like when we were talking before the show, I saw this video when Charles dropped it. I got about 32 seconds in and I cut it off. Because and to be clear, I skipped around because I had seen about what had happened, but I was more interested in how Charles was going to cover it.
Me too. What and not to cut you off, I was interested in how he was going to cover this because I saw how he covered the fallout of everything that happened with Charlie Kirk. And I saw, okay, this dude is trying to ride a wave. This dude is trying to position himself so white folk can like him.
Yeah, and I think he is thinking about his audience.
Yeah, he is.
And expanding it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm not cool with it because you can't, like, even the optics alone. Never mind that it happened right around the time of the Charlie Kirk situation or that the school was shut down. We know largely how black people feel about Donald Trump, especially on college campuses.
Right.
Showing up in a Make America Great Again cap is asking for smoke. Like you're literally begging for it to happen. Showing up with a camera is asking for content.
Yes. That this was deliberate.
Right. There's nothing, and we all know college campuses are not these bastions of civil expression of differing ideas. Like, so, and that's a conservative talking point too, because everybody knows what's going on at college campuses.
If you've actually ever been to one.
Yeah, it's not a secret. So you know that there are certain conversations. Theoretically, we should be able to have them, sure. But theoretically, racism shouldn't be happening anymore either. There are a lot of things theoretically that shouldn't be what they are, but we got to deal in the realities. And the reality is these white boys showed up on a predominantly black campus wearing a hat that they all knew those people were going to view as antagonistic.
And don't leave out unannounced.
Unannounced, without permission or authority or anything, and then got the smoke that they was asking for. We're going to, like, that'd be like, and it would be hypocritical of us to criticize those black kids, because when black people go to Trump rallies and get they rocked,
we don't be mad at them. We don't say nothing. You shouldn't have been there.
Why are you at a Trump rally? Like, why are you there?
We consistent. You shouldn't have been there.
So that's the way I looked at this. I'm not mad at them black kids for running them off that campus. I'm not mad at all. Matter of fact, they did what they were supposed to do.
They did.
Why would you let it?
And they lucky them young gladiators ain't show up. They lucky them gladiators.
Why would you let an enemy come into your space and dictate terms and engagement and try to change your space? No, this ain't even for y'all to have that conversation. It might have went different if they were black Trump supporters. It might have went different.
But it's like, but they're hiding behind the guise of we want civil debate. No, y'all don't. This is what they do. These dudes, because if you wanted civil debate, you would have got permission from the university. You would have done it right. And Charles, and I go back to you. With you trying to call out students, talking about somebody ain't do something right. Why are you not talking about these white boys who didn't get the proper permission to show up to a university? I've been working on and with universities for the past 15 years. Every time we do something on the university, we have to have permission. On Florida, I've done it on Florida State, which is a PWI, and that same thing at FAMU was a HBCU. You're not going to sit here and talk to me about colleges and stuff like that, because I do it on a regular dang on basis. You full of it. If you're going to call somebody out for not doing the right thing, call the white boys out for not doing the right thing.
But
I'm on one tonight.
I know we noticed. Well, I noticed. I'm sure PC noticed as well. But I think that's kind of, like that's kind of where I am with it. It was definitely disappointing, but it wasn't surprising because Charles has shown signs of like taking this kind of view. And that's cool. Like, that's his opinion. That's his opinion. But I reserve the right to say your opinion. Your opinion ain't worth it, goddamn. How about this? How about this? I'm gonna say more crazy this week. I'm gonna say more crazy this week. I don't think I said nothing crazy last week, but I'm gonna say a lot of crazy stuff this week. I ain't gonna say. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick before we forget, for last week. Hey, look, Mr. Afro Think Tank, my brother. I appreciate you watching the video and I appreciate your comment. Don't take nothing he said serious. It's a caricature. He ain't serious. He ain't got no beef with you. Ain't got no smoke with you. Don't take what he's saying serious. It's a caricature. All right.
All right. And now that Joe has established and explained that, take everything I said serious. It's not it's not a caricature. This is who I am in real life. If you meet me in the street, I'm really like that. I'm him. I had a grills on. I got chains. I got 4 baby mamas. I'm him, bro.
He got a dreadlock wig. he got them stickers that be tattooed teardrops.
Hey, look, man, I'm gonna forever laugh at you people that take the internet seriously. Even y'all in the comments because I don't like every once in a while Joe and PC send me a picture of a comment and I just laugh. Yo, and I'm still laughing at Buddy with the Wesley Snipes.
I know that. I was just about to say that. Say in the Wesley Snipes looking brother.
Yeah, like I'm still like because I just know, like I know after he typed that up,
He was like,
rubbing
I
his
got
head
him.
like, yeah, I got that mother. Yeah, buddy. Like, all right, bro.
Yeah,
You got it.
hey,
but anyways,
but Charles, you take this serious though. You take what's being said serious though. You Afro think tank, no smoke with you, brother. We ain't got no problem with you, brother. He ain't serious. But Charles Forte, whatever your name is, you take this serious because
Charles,
seriously looking for white love.
This was a disappointing take, and it is a take that's expected from Antoine Dotson Daniels, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a disappointing take because you see white people inciting a hostile environment, and then you blame the environment. That's just that makes no sense to me.
PC, man, what say you, my brother?
I don't need to say anything. Y'all said everything. Time to go grab a bowl of cereal and sit in front of the TV. Yeah, this is disappointing, you know. Because I like a lot of the reactions thing, you know, Charles in Charge. I watch, I mean, and I think it's probably why
we watch his channel.
Yeah, we do watch his channel, and y'all more than anybody else. Me and Pat actually had debates about certain channels, and so I know the level of respect he had for the brother Charles, the Charles Fort, prior to this situation. And yeah, you got a bunch of Charlie Kirk-ish type dudes who are going to a situation to purposely gaslight the crowd. Mm-hmm. Pat brought up a terrific point when he talked about the Trump rallies that were really Klan rallies, in which black people were being beaten and pulverized, and then Trump would say stuff like, in the old days, he would talk about in the old days what we would do to them, and nobody felt sorry for those black people for going in those spaces,
right?
But this wasn't set up. This clearly was set up as a gaslit situation for content, and because you could go on, Tennessee has University of Tennessee. You could have gone there,
right?
And set up out front.
Vanderbilt.
Tennessee has a lot of schools. Kentucky's right across the road.
I'm just saying.
So, but you find HBCU, and I think that this does seem like a crossover attempt by the brother Charles to reach his audiences. And honestly, I'm going to blame a lot of brothers, because after seeing this, his subscribership should take a hit.
Yeah.
If you're trying to create in other words, if you're trying to expand your audience by legitimizing and justifying the acts of these, white supremacists who show up on these campuses with kids, then this is not just about a conversation about two different opinions. Those are loaded questions that were being asked of those young folk who clearly were not prepared to engage in that conversation. But also, by being out there in the open, this is what they wanted. Mm-hmm. The reaction was what they wanted. Even driving through the crowds and this and this is the reaction that they wanted. So I just got a problem with black men black people as a whole who want to get to a point of crossover appeal, so they forsake their blackness to do so. Like, there's a saying that, you know, something to the point of whatever what's the worthiness of something if the price is if the cost is your soul.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worthiness of success if the cost of your success is your soul? You know what I'm saying? There's no integrity there
at all.
And we've seen this before. White folk love playing the game for which the joke is on these Negroes who feel as though they've done enough parlor tricks to stay at a party they were never invited to.
Yep.
Only to, you know, once they serve their purpose, they're shown the door. And they're typically broken afterwards. So to see this brother, his reaction and response to this, and I told you before, Pat, I said he was really too young for the commentary before when we used to talk.
He's 40.
Huh?
He's 40.
Yeah, but years ago we were talking about life experience and stuff of that nature.
We might have been talking about Chase Suzette with the coffee.
Oh, okay, it could have been that too. I don't know.
I'm getting them mixed up too. We didn't talk about a bunch of these people.
I say this cat hit 40.
Well, then he really needs to, at 40. This is, you know, because to cross into the Anton Daniels level of coonery is once you go that route, man, you don't really get to come back.
But just be straight up about it though. Be honest about it. Like, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want white people to like me. Like, so yeah. This the video I put out on Wednesday. Charles, this is what you looking like, bro. This is what you looking like. Just saying.
All right.
But,
yeah, I land my plane, man.
Yeah. We're gonna
wow.
We're gonna let it play a little more.
Oh, one more thing, Joe. One more thing.
Go ahead.
I agree. They should have ran them cats off the campus.
Yeah, yes.
I agree with the students. Run them out of here. Don't ever let them feel comfortable or feel as though you have to be civil to people who are not being civil in their intent to you. So kudos to those young students who stood on business and got them out of there.
If somebody walks in your house unannounced, sit at your kitchen table and want to debate you about politics, what you gonna do?
Somebody come in your house and just unannounced and sit at your table and debate you on how to cook your food. It's not
because really, once again, I'm emphasizing the point. They were not authorized. They had no permission to be on the campus. I'm not sure how true it is, but I heard one story that they reached out to the university. They were denied permission. I'm not sure if that's true, but what we do know is true is they did not have permission to be on that campus. And they showed up and did that with the intent to get this reaction. They got exactly what they wanted. And the overall thing, like you said, was to make the black folk look stupid. And you want to know who the biggest black person is looking stupid about this? It's people that sounded like Charles Fort. Yeah, y'all the biggest fools in this. Because white people are like, yeah, we got another one. We got another pet. White people ain't gonna do nothing but pat you on top of your head, put a leash on you, put you out back, and feed you out a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
ATSU no more,
Can't even hear you.
Very black.
I'm gonna speed it up. I want to get to his commentary.
You guys see how things unfolded.
Let's get to his commentary. So we get what's going on.
But they don't
Get to
want
the
us to leave.
commentary.
It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car.
Shout out to the
And so we see how things unfolded and how quick.
Go ahead.
I don't know whether that's campus police, but shout out to them for protect, because people might look at it as him protecting those what is it, the master debaters,
fearless, yeah, fearless, fearless debaters,
yeah, that part. But but I looked at that as a situation where you protect those kids, right? Because by wedging themselves in between them and the instigators, they protected those kids. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah,
right. So as I'm gonna put the proper image up as he's talking.
Quickly, it went from civil conversation in the beginning to all-out chaos because the lack of emotional maturity by these black people who believe that because these guys did not share the same beliefs, the same thoughts that they did, that they shouldn't even be there. They should not even have the discussion. It wasn't even okay to talk and hear what they had to say. And even on the larger scale, the inability to challenge those young men who showed up and set up a table on their campus, challenge them on their beliefs, challenge them with facts, with statistics, with a healthy argument on why you feel like you're right, on why you feel like they are wrong. That's how you end up winning the conversation.
Man, shut your ass up.
I think the young man tried to do that with the question he asked back, but they didn't answer the question.
Because, well, remember, they are fake ass Charlie Kirks, right? And Charlie Kirk didn't know what he was talking about. And so they, in turn, they're inferior versions of Charlie Kirk. So, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. But with him, okay, once again, if we talking about taking proper steps, if we're talking about, making sure that we show up in the best light, why don't you call out the white boys? Why are you afraid? You're a grown ass man and you're afraid to call out these white boys. Charles Fort, why are you afraid to call out these white boys for being wrong? They were wrong from the beginning. Anybody with sense, with 2 eyes and sense, can see that. So you as a grown ass man, why are you afraid to say that?
Well, I think one of the things that's interesting is, and it's really a weak argument to make, this idea that every argument should be given justification
because we have
by engaging with it.
But and he's also acting like free speech don't come with consequences.
Well, and that's a whole nother point from the point I'm making. There was a time, like, regardless of what people say, the vast majority of the world has always known that the earth is round, right? Yep. I know people try to make the assertion that at one point that was a dominant thought. It was never a dominant thought. Ever in the history of humanity has there been a period where, in modern scientific periods anyways, where it was a regular thought that the earth was flat. And it was so cemented that at the time when it started regaining some attention in the 1800s, the scientists that engaged with it, that tried to defend the round earth theory from the flat earth theory, those scientists were ostracized by the scientific community because they were viewed as lending credibility to a nonsense argument. This is why Terrence Howard is not getting anybody to really give him any traction. And the one person that tried to engage with him, Neil deGrasse Tyson, took a hit for it. Mm-hmm. Every argument does not deserve engagement. Every thought, belief, or idea is not worthy of engagement. If we are in the year of our Lord 2025, and you can sit across from me and say, I believe racism exists, which is what the white boy said, but I also believe that we all have equal and free access to opportunity.
How?
You have just contradicted yourself
How,
in
Sway?
such a way that I no longer need to engage you in anything else you're gonna say.
Nah.
And I'm gonna walk away from you, and I'm gonna let the mass do what they did. The moment he said that, I was like, no, they right for running them out of there. They there trying to stir up situations. They not there making a good faith argument, because he just contradicted himself to such a point that there is no further point.
Yeah. You know, the sign said DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. So you pull those signs. I mean,
listen, man.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of young people who more so they're reacting to a climate that is currently on fire right now. And we often critique our young people for sitting by and letting shit happen, or pretending that certain things happen, even with their limited understanding of even in their limited ability to articulate what's happening in front of them. They recognized what was happening in front of them. And when you put those gaslighter arguments, such as DEI, such as immigration and ICE and all that stuff, you put that in front of these young people, they know, ultimately speaking, they're not there for those purposes. They're there to create a climate where they can go, say they go on to black colleges, and none of these black students can debate them on any of the issues and topics.
Yeah.
It's disingenuous to make it seem like these white dudes are showing up and they're just innocently, nonchalantly cherry picking. They're not even cherry picking. They're throwing a dart at the board, and wherever the dart hits, that's where they're going to go. This is strategic. This is a strategic move, similar to what Charlie Kirk was doing. Right. And and even in the pointed questioning, like what laws and policy, what laws exist that have not eradicated racism, and you want to bring up amendments. And my old educated self would have said the fact that you need those amendments to begin with speaks to the level of racism in this country, that you need laws in the book to say, hey, y'all can't keep discriminating against them. Y'all can't keep throwing grandfather clauses against them. Y'all gotta, operate in good faith, and we made it a law so that you have to do so. And with the young people, because I would, it's one of those things where you sort of superimpose yourself there. And the question I would ask is not necessarily about the laws. First of all, the laws have dualities. They have two purposes. One is the letter of the law, and then the other is the spirit of the law. Like the letter of the law is what's written, but the spirit of the law is, why is the law in there in the first place? And what do we look to gain from this law? Then you have policy. Like, man, there's still sundown towns in here. You're in Tennessee. There's a bunch of sundown towns around this campus. There's a bunch of places right now that as a black student, I know I can't be there at night. So for Charles Fort to make this seem like this is just this is I don't know why you be doing it. Why you do this, Joe? I had nothing against his brother when we first sat down.
Well, see, that's why I prefaced it that, hey, the smoke, I said it, I'm gonna say it again. The smoke coming from Joseph Ward. So Charles Fort, if you guys smoke with anybody, Joseph Ward said everything.
No, I don't mind carrying my own bag of smoke. I don't mind. I keep the Hellsack and tender in the back. So, just in case we need to create some smoke, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm just saying, man, I just wanted to come have a nice, relaxing show.
No, you didn't.
And now I'm triggered by this dude. and I think what bothers me most is he doesn't look intelligent, trying to sound intelligent, being a coon.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let me let it play a little more, because students are going to say something. I think this young girl may say what I'm waiting on.
That's how you end up being able to add validity to your argument, not by stealing signs, knocking down their things, looking like you're ready to start a fight with these guys.
One more thing, Joe, before we get to that point. My brother, and I'm talking directly to Charles. This is not about an argument, fam. This is talking about policy, and then the timing of this. Was this recorded after the young brother in Mississippi was hanging from a tree?
Yep.
So you picked this time
after Charlie Kirk, after the HBCU threats, after the young brother was found hung from the tree. And if you notice in the beginning of the video, they pointed out one of the young men had a screwdriver. I'm not justifying him having a screwdriver, but if you find out MAGA is showing up at your campus a week after there was a violence threat to your campus by MAGA, I'm just saying.
Hey, man, he could have been out there helping somebody, tie off some loose ends.
Could have came from shop class.
Hey, but it just speaks to, it's just a very disingenuous way.
It's weak. It's weak. Just be a real man and say what you're doing up front.
I don't even care for that part. Certain things you just shouldn't say.
Yeah.
All because you don't like what they say. I mean, this could have just been a healthy debate. And a debate is nothing more than a competition. And there are plenty of forms of competition that Black people love to show up for and show out in, because we know that we'll excel in it. But when you have an opportunity to have that civil debate of conversation and exchange ideas and exchange thoughts and challenge someone who doesn't think the same way you do on their beliefs versus yours, instead of actually doing that, this is what they do. And basically back down, forfeit. And instead of taking that opportunity to stand up for their beliefs and prove and speak, not just to prove these guys who showed up there on their campus to prove them wrong, but to prove to themselves that what they believe in is so strong that they're willing to actually stand there and voice it. But they couldn't do that. And so first, let's check out how they're covering this story locally, and then we'll get into some actual numbers in comparison to some other schools and see what they're actually producing out there in Tennessee State University, and if those students are even capable of being able to have that type of discussion. Do they?
Well, we know he's not capable of having intelligent discussions, because we can hear what you're saying, and we know you are capable of kissing white ass, because that's exactly what you're doing right now.
What in the entire is he talking about?
Nothing.
Like,
This is the dumbest I've ever heard.
Did he just say what I thought he said, though?
You heard all that bullshit come out of his mouth.
No, but he's basically challenging the intelligence of a bunch of children, a bunch of young people. Like, dude, this wasn't even set up as a debate on equal standing. You got these men who are in their 30s who have been practicing this rhetoric for God knows how long, and they're pulling up on a college campus. You don't even know what half of these students are majoring in, and then debating is a skill that you learn. I mean, as a person who taught public speaking, one of the things you had to do is teach how to debate and arguments and so forth. But people genuinely would have to come prepared to have the argument, so they can articulate specific points and back up their argument. These kids didn't know these dudes was coming up there until they showed up on campus.
Bruh, but he kept emphasizing the word civil. If those white boys were civil, why didn't they get permission before they showed up to the campus, Mr. Charles Ford, since you want to put your lips up in there?
Well, how civil is it when he gets pulled over by the police? But I'm just saying. So we're going to just pretend that the 600 years of history in this country that existed, with Black people being brought here against their will, we're going to just pretend that didn't happen. We're going to pretend that the institution of slavery didn't happen. We're going to pretend like the slave making colonies that they had in Barbados and Cuba and all these other different places, Puerto Rico. We're going to pretend like that didn't happen. Are we pretending like a whole war wasn't fought over the institution of chattel slavery? Are we pretending? And this is for this dude, because I don't think he knows much about what he's talking about here.
He haven't said anything of significance. He in his feelings. He sound like a female.
Well, I know some females that'll take him to the carpet on this. This is just weird, man. And then now you're taking a bell curve tactic by questioning the intelligence of these young people to have a debate, a civil debate. This is nothing civil about this entire situation. This entire situation was designed to incite the reaction and response that it got. There was nothing about that. I want to see what happens if a member of the Klan decide to pull up at his house and park in his front yard with a table and with Klan paraphernalia and all sorts of things outside his house. I want to know how civil he would see that particular situation and circumstance.
Man, listen to more this bull. Listen to more this bull he finna talk about, man. Because now he finna really try to shine on Tennessee State.
Even possess those skills. The numbers might tell us something.
We had a group of people come and start to heckle us.
Why even provoke on our campus?
New tonight, chaos here at the Tennessee State University campus after a debate group visits the campus wearing MAGA hats and carrying signs against DEI and illegal immigration.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us from TSU tonight after speaking with both students and that debate group.
Most students I spoke with are calling the conservative group who showed up here at TSU hateful. That group tells me they were just trying to have civil discourse with the students and are accusing those who push back of inciting violence. Video shows spirited Tennessee State University students gathered around the Fearless Debates group. David Cate is a co-founder.
We went from a peaceful conversation with students to quite literally a mob inciting violence against us.
He tells me they are trying to encourage debate on the heels of Charlie Kirk's murder. The signs the group brought read, "DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. Let's talk." TSU senior Layla Johnson was there when it all went down on Tuesday. What did you think about the group coming onto this campus with those signs?
I just feel like it was unnecessary. Like, why would you come to a HBCU with all that commotion knowing that we're going to say something about it? Like, they're just, like, insane.
Why did your group pick a historically black college to have this?
Everybody knew what the outcome of this was going to be. She just said it. Charles, this is you.
Well, wait. I want to hear. I want to hear how the man is going to answer this question.
Is there a reason why we shouldn't go to historically black colleges to have these conversations?
That's exactly what
We're
I
not
expected.
limiting who we want to go speak to based off their race, based off their gender.
That's exactly what I thought.
So why you didn't do it? Why didn't you go through the proper channels then?
No, that is exactly what I was looking for him to say. That's why I was like, no, I want to hear. Because again, it's another non-answer.
Right.
It's another tactic to avoid providing a clear answer to the question and to flip it back on it. He's debating with the interviewer right now.
Right.
Actions hostile and saying
Go ahead.
TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I caught that too.
Look at that headline.
Answering the question within a question. That's the Eddie Munster. Answering the question within the question. Well, asking the question to answer a question. That's a real slick tactic that's used by people who don't want to be accountable or want to hide the true intent. And the young lady hit it right on the head. You could have gone anywhere. Why'd you show up here?
But even if you're going to show up properly. Get permission.
No. They don't need to be there. I don't care about showing up properly.
I get that.
I don't care about none of it. I just
I get that we don't want them there, but they keep leaning on. We just showed up for civil debate. No, you didn't show up for civil. Because if you want to be civil, we're gonna use the word civil. Your ass would have got the permission to show up.
Even if they got permission. Even if they got permission.
Yeah,
that would have been.
Why were you there?
No, I get it. No, I'm not disagreeing with you all, but what I'm standing on this point because it's keep getting jumped over. They keep trying to act like what they did, like they went through like it was just cool what they did. It wasn't cool. The manner in which they went and showing up was not cool at all.
No, we get that, Joe. Like we get you.
I know y'all get that. I'm just making the point for everybody else.
Yeah, but we trying to make another point.
Hey,
in addition to your point.
There's 2 points. Damn it, you got 2 points. They know how we do it. Shit.
Go ahead, PC.
No, there's no legitimate justification for having them on the campus. And I know because here in Pennsylvania, Villanova University hosts a lot of these particular
Florida State
groups. Yeah, well, but Villanova is a primarily white institution, is a wealthy white institution on the main line of Philadelphia. You're talking old what do they call it? Quaker money type. So, but there's no time, no place where they should be there on that campus. I would even argue, even if the students wanted them to be there, somebody has to be the adults and protect the students from what can possibly take place and happen. Yep. This is not about having fair and open spaces, because you only see them doing it the black spaces. Black spaces are only ones that have to be civil and equal to everybody else. All these other groups have their closed-in meetings, and you don't have access to it. My black ass on Charles Fort, your black ass don't have access to those civil conversations that you're trying to, hold against these children. So, but I digress.
But Charles is also being a hypocrite, because when those body positivity, more they fat people, start espousing their views, he gets very violent in his rebuke of what they're saying. He talk about how you just need to get healthy. I don't want to hear all of that. Blah 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 blah. Well, brother, wait. Civil discourse.
Right.
Allow the fat white lady to say what she gotta say.
I'm just saying. No, but it and just looking back, thinking back of the videos, like he doesn't mind bagging on black people. He doesn't mind, because he built his platform off of the red pill content and all that stuff. They'll find the videos of mostly black women doing stuff. And that's the type of person he is. He ain't a man. He ain't got no spine.
Yeah, he trying to branch out, and now instead of just boo-booing on black women, he's just gonna boo-boo on black people.
Yeah.
Look at our last 6 stops, our first 6 stops. We have not had an issue like this whatsoever.
Layla believes they were not there for debate, but to provoke students.
I don't agree with it. It's just nonsense.
All we did was set up a table.
The university says a group was escorted from campus. Kate denies that. He instead says they were taken away.
And look at the language. A race riot?
They were not authorized on campus.
Are you guys going to continue to just show up to public universities if they don't answer?
Absolutely. It's our free speech. It's our these camp.
You can't do that, stupid. You cannot do that.
Well, they can. Just the consequences are going to be what the consequences are.
Free speech does not say you can show up on somebody's unannounced. And if that's true, we can just show up at your house anytime we want with a debate. In your house anytime we want with a debate.
Well, no, they can show up on the public campus, but
you can't do that.
There's consequences.
But you have to get permission. You can show up to the campus, but you can't show up and do something like that without permission.
Man, this thing is the best thing that happened to them. This is the best thing that could have happened to them.
That's why they did it. They knew what was gonna happen. That's why they showed up with cameras.
Was
he there?
Yeah, I think
he was there.
Was he at the table?
He might not have been at the table, but he was one of the 4. It was 4 white boys, and he was one of the 4.
Okay.
Because if it was just all about civil debate, you wouldn't even brought no cameras.
No, but this is a Hegelian
dialect, man. You know, but
this is Hegelian in terms of how it went together. They created a problem, and now the discourse was what their main outcome. That was what they wanted. They wanted a reaction. Got the reaction from the students they wanted, which is predictable. And like I said, the students are justified in my opinion because it was a very intelligent thing to do. Rats show up to your house, you get the rats out of your house.
There you go.
And then this is the, them reaction to the problem they caused. And so their numbers are probably going to go up. And so he got the reaction he wanted to, but at the same time, man, I don't fault these students at all. So, that's pretty much it,
Yeah.
Campuses have a free speech area. They're public universities.
The university declined to comment further, but the NAACP came out in support of the students. Reporting in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, so let's go back and read that statement put out by the university that they put out on social media, X, I believe. The statement says, today a group of individuals unaffiliated with Tennessee State University appeared on campus without prior notice. Understand first, TSU is a public university.
So what the fuck does that mean, Charles? You can come to the university, but if you want to do some kind of demonstration, you want to have any kind of discourse like that, you have to get permission. So we're gonna act like we don't understand that, because that's why they keep saying without permission. You can show up to the university, but if you're gonna do something like that, you have to have permission. You have to.
Well,
that's how it works.
All of these schools, if they receive grants of federal funding, are public universities and public colleges. So I know you can't just show up where I work at without and put a table down. Security is going to round you up and get you out of there. So the fact that they were allowed to do that, also speaks to another problem of not protecting those young people. Now, I gave the cops props earlier, but honestly speaking, if the cops was really on their job, they would have got them out of here before we even got this far.
Man, look, when I was working at HIV/AIDS, we were on FAMU Said every Friday. First of all, we're a non-campus entity. We got permission from Student Health Services to be on campus. There would be students who go to the university who would want to display something, whatever. They would come set up a table. There's always somebody monitoring the campus, monitoring the thing. They'll walk up to them and ask them, hey, y'all got permission? No, y'all got to go. They'll do that to the students. Public means that you can show up, but that don't mean you can just do anything you want to do. And free speech come with consequences.
In accordance with university policy, any demonstration of protest activity requires advance approval and permitting. I mean, they're stretching protest.
No. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Don't gloss over it. You know what you just read. You heard what you just read. Don't gloss over it. But that's just what he's doing because he ain't got no spine.
Demonstration. They set up a table to have a conversation. Don't really see how that's protest, but let's keep going.
No, you know what you just read. It said you got to have permission, but you want to act like you didn't read that. Why are you skipping that? Be a damn man for once in your life and be real. Just gonna skip it? Like you didn't read that? Then you're gonna try to, they're trying to stretch in the protest. They didn't have permission. What about that? Do you not understand? You want to talk about the intelligence of the students? We don't think you're smart because you don't understand permission.
You can look like, yeah, I'm you know, I'm just listening to, I'm just listening to shit.
What else they have to say? Campus police and staff responded promptly, and the individuals were escorted from the university grounds without incident. Barely. At all times, this is where it gets sketchy for me. At all times, TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner. Now, I understand that they want to make sure they save face as a university, but you didn't have to put that part in. You could have just left that part out.
And you don't have to be on your knees for them white boys, but you are.
We just saw the footage. Stealing signs, blocking them in when they're trying to get out. And they said at all times, TSU students conducted themselves in a respectful and professional manners. One of the students looked like he was ready to fight the guy when he was just trying to get his sign back. I wouldn't label that as professional behavior or respectful. The safety and well-being of our students, faculty, and staff remain.
Yeah, dude, he should just do this whole show away. There's other ways to expand your audience, but it's black people. I mean, I'm gonna probably unsubscribe, and because I'm just thoroughly disappointed. It's like he's trying to be the white man, the white man spokesperson,
right?
The black man who spoke. Malcolm used to say, the best defense attorney for a white man is always going to be a black man. And you know what I'm saying? This is just beyond ridiculous at this point. For him to just keep pushing and pushing the narrative even further, he's further driving home his true intent, which was to admonish the students and basically let black students know that there's no ground. This is one of the reasons why younger black folk have lost respect for elder generations, because they should have felt safe and protected. There's somebody, you come on social media and the first thing you want to do is chastise them for defending themselves against obvious white aggression. And I think that for him to do so and so callously do so, I just lost any shred of respect for that man.
It's despicable for that male, for that boy. That's boy behavior. He's a boy for that. That's what little boys do. Get off your knees for the white man, Charles.
He needs to stick to what he does.
Well, but he can't, and I think that's the problem. Like, because reactors like that, and I'm directly attacking now. Reactors like that, their audience grows because of the clips they pick. Their talent is in the clips,
right?
Yeah, their talent is not in espousing their views. Like, because I guarantee you, somebody like a Charles, and I've always, I watch his content and I talk to people about it, but I've also always said, really, I just like the clip.
Yeah, I don't listen to him.
I fast forward. Sometimes if he get to talking too long, I skip ahead. But you know what happens when you start generating clips that the audience you've built no longer wants to watch? Like, they don't even want to see those clips. You're not the talent. Your ability to collect interesting clips, that's your talent. And so I think now he's trying to expand, and he's like, but you're not the talent. And that's not to say he's not talented. I want to be clear about that.
He's not as intelligent as he thinks he is.
Oh, he's definitely not as intelligent as he thinks he is, because those same college kids that he's criticizing was able to see right through something that he clearly can't see. So I think one of the things we run into though is, again, I just go back to his whole argument comes from a position of weakness, right? Like we saw this back when the cigarette companies first started getting hit. And what was the first thing they started saying? We should be able to have our voice heard too. That's always the weak argument. We should be able to be heard too. Why?
Right.
So Charles, why should they have been able to come? I'm gonna do you like the dude did the reporters. When you say, why couldn't they have a civil discourse? Why could they not have had it? Why was it on those students to create that environment for them to have a civil discourse? Why was that? These kids, you talk about how the high schoolers don't have the mental acumen to have these conversations. You do realize college campuses are filled with kids that are only like a year or two older. Their brains ain't fully developed either. They still figuring out who they are. So a year after being totally ignorant, you're able to have these conversations in your world? Is that how that works?
It does. It does when you got, babies, white babies swimming around your mouth.
But that all right, hold on. I wasn't ready. All right. Scene. So I'm still you got me with that one.
I got myself.
All right.
I thought about what I said. Like, that was a good one though,
but look, Charles, I don't the and then this idea you have about professionalism. It's not their job to be professional in that environment.
It's the white boys. They the ones want to show up.
Right. It's the white boys. Every argument you're making is an argument that doesn't make sense in this scenario to me, unless you just already don't like that school or the people that go there, maybe, and you're just trying to twist it.
Well, he was, and we don't need to listen to him no more, but he was going to get into like graduation statistics and all those graduation rates and stuff. I have to look into it myself, but the narrative is only 16% or 30-something% of the students at Tennessee State is graduating. I don't know, but what the
does
hell
that have to do with anything?
Exactly. Basically, from his standpoint, is that's what ignorant.
Well, it's almost like he used everything else just to set up that last point. All of it was legitimacy to legitimize and his justification and coming at their scholastic record. Okay, so what was the point of punching down on an HBCU that kicked a bunch of racists off their campus? What was the point? And then if you want to appease white folk, stop using black people as a stepping stool to do so. You want to appease white folk, there are other ways to go about doing it rather than throwing black people under the bus.
But if he's going to make that argument that says this is what ignorant niggas do, that's all the more reason why them white folks shouldn't have been there. Like, because they're supposed
to be the intelligent ones, right?
Yeah, like it none of the arguments work. Like, if that's your argument that Tennessee State produces a bunch of bad black people, why are you? Then you should even more be like, why didn't y'all go to Howard or Hampton or FAMU? Why y'all go to, like, even more? You should be doubling down on that point. Why are you doubling down? Like, so that makes white boys look even worse. If you want to say Tennessee State is filled with ignorant niggas, now I'm like, okay, well, if that's true, then I would say that those kids handled themselves very well. If that's what we gonna say, that's a bunch of INs on that campus, they handled themselves very well. Because we didn't see how ignorant some of the most ignorant of us can get. That could have went way left. All they did was take y'all signs and chant and get y'all up out of there.
I'm telling you, man.
y'all could literally, y'all souls could still be hovering over that spot.
I'm telling you, man, them gladiators, they lucky them young gladiators ain't show up. They lucky that those were college students and not them wild folk out there in the streets. All right. But hey, man, hey, Charles, we all know you want them white boys inside of you. We know you want them inside of you. That's why you standing on your soapbox for them, because you want them inside of you. But you're not gonna be successful being like that. Come on.
This is wild.
That was wild, man.
But it's not more flagrant than what he was saying.
This is a different kind of flavor.
Hey man, hey, don't build. Then Pimp C told us to never let niggas ride. Didn't he? Standing on business.
I think nobody has a problem with shame until they have to feel it.
I'm just saying.
Charles, they should have been ran up out of there because they need to know that you can't just open your mouth and say whatever you want without consequence. The same way you need to feel some backlash. Go ahead, PC.
Why don't Charles invite those what do they call them, fearless debaters? Why don't he invite them to his platform?
Oh, you know he would love to.
Why don't he just do that? Just cut the middleman.
He would love to have them white boys.
But I do want to say, Charles should also experience some flack for this.
Yep.
Like I'm definitely gonna go. I don't think I'm subscribed anyways, but I'm gonna put his videos on do not show me these for the whole channel.
I unsubscribed while we were doing this. I unsubscribed.
Yeah, I went and I'm checking right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm not subscribed because I don't subscribe to none of those guys. Because again, like I just like the videos they clip, but it ain't even that I can go to TikTok or wherever and find the videos myself if I'm pressed.
Yeah, just watch the clips. Yeah. But it's it's just disappointing though, man. Like we said, we've given you praise in the past for some of the videos that you've put up. So you up, so we got to let you know you up, and we calling you out because we see what you're doing. So,
and I want to double down on this before we wrap up. Every idea does not deserve attention, and every word spoken does deserve some sort of consequence. So, with that being said, Charles, I hope your consequence is that you take a hit in your views.
Yep.
Because I think you need to feel that shame. Yep. I really do. I think you need to feel that shame. It ain't even about changing your views, because let's be honest, a debate has never changed somebody's views. Let's be real about that. All right. So it's not even about changing your views. I just think people need to learn that you can't say whatever you want to say. And that's what this is for me. Charles, you can't just say whatever you want to say with no consequence. You went into this and attacked. You punched down, like PC said.
Yep, punched down y'all black students for no reason.
And so if you gonna punch down, the community need to punch your head off.
There you go. You've chosen your side. So hey, it is what it is, my brother. It is what it is. You picked your side. So hey man,
how was I was supposed to say the wild stuff this show. I can't compete when you doing that.
No, but I gave everybody a warning, because remember when I hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna see if I can play it.
I can't keep up when you on that level. Like, you more petty than me. We've established this.
But like I say, when did I post this in the group? Because
I don't know, but I'm gonna do what PC doing from now on. I'm gonna just sit back.
Hey, because he turned the comments off on that video too, because I posted that. What did I say?
Yo, this breakdown this week, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be the one. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be the one that my get mad at. Charles in charge, aka Charles Forte, bring your to the front of the classroom. Okay, we finna talk about this MAGA Tennessee State University situation. And Charles is going to be the figurehead of all those. Charles and Anton Daniels going to be the figureheads of all those who act like they don't understand what the is happening with this Tennessee State University situation. All right, I'm on your ass.
Well, I'm glad I didn't hear that beforehand, because clearly I didn't hear that before. He turned the comments off on his video.
He turned the comments off. I'm trying to find it now. Oh, let me just. He turned the comments off, bro.
Damn.
That's
so he getting leaned into. All right. Good job, black folk. We finally did something.
Cause that's how you that. But I think he turned the comments off from the get.
Yo, you know what?
He knew he was supposed to.
You got to lead with that joke, so the community finally stood on business.
Now I don't know if he turned the comments off after he put the.
Nah, we're not gonna take that from the community, and we're gonna say they stood on. We're gonna take it from them next week.
And it only got 5,000 views. And let me share my screen because.
Share your screen because I don't want to go to his channel right now. I'm not going to his channel no more. Period.
So this the video. Hold up.
Them comments.
Hold up.
This turned off.
Oh, is this the one?
Joe, them comments ain't turned off. Them comments is on.
Nah, them things was turned off the other day, man. I ain't crazy. This it. That was turned off the other day. I was looking at it from my phone. Unless it was just like I was showing from my phone.
This clearly
maybe
didn't
it
happen
turned
here.
them off for a little bit and then turned
the
them back
ability
on.
to
maybe because I know the other day I was looking in. So nobody.
Oh, never mind. See, that's a whole nother show on the comments I'm looking at right there. Those cops were useless. PC, you finally found the reason to give a cop some credit, and they like, man, that's crazy. They were taught what to think versus how to think. Yeah, hey, that's a whole nother show on them comments.
Hey, man. But it's
all right, black community. I gotta take it back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. I thought the comments was turned off. But hey, I was wrong. But anyway, man. FetLifeStation.com. Y'all make sure y'all check out PC. Y'all support PC. FetLifeStation.com.
Hey, right after can you please take the coon picture off?
I'm sorry.
I don't want to be mixed up with this dude. Thank you.
I thought Samuel Jackson was talking for me. I see, yo. That's hilarious.
FetLifeStation.com. Check it out. Y'all support PC. Continue to support my brother, man. ThePacks.org. Continue to support what we got. Continue to support what Pat built. There's a lot of great information on over there. I'm gonna put it up there for me. On the shoulders1.com. Make sure you check out the website. Check out everything. Thank you to everybody who is continuing to support us.
Why he looks so angry?
To the live screen, to the live streams and everything like that. And so, hey, Charles, man, this is what you're gonna look like in 2 years. So,
it's blurry.
Yep. Exactly, because that's gonna be his existence in the future, blurry, if he keep doing stuff like this. So
hopefully he'll learn how to hide it better, be more covert with it.
Hey man, you know it is what it is. But hey, we love y'all and we catch y'all on the other side. Peace out.
That's hilarious.